Did there come a time when surveillance camera was installed in that room?
Yes, yes. After some time of Emily observing me working with clients, she thought it would be a good idea if she were to get a ring
A ring camera?
For the studio room.
Why?
Well, to keep an eye in case anything happened, if anyone were to like pass out, or if I was to flirt with a client, or say something got stolen on a bathroom break, just reasons for having a security like a surveillance camera. When I met her, I was polyamorous, and then she asked me to be monogamous, and I said that I would be monogamous with a polyamorous clause. After the monogamy had run its course, then we would just switch to polyamory.
Were you monogamous for the most part during your marriage with Emily?
I was monogamous for the duration of the summer of 2020, and when we started seeing other people is when we switched over to a polyamorous relationship.
It sounds like this is not something Emily would have chosen, correct?
Well, I want to say that it was her idea to be monogamous because she did say to me, I don't want to share you, and I don't want you to share me, which I said, that's only going to last so long until you find someone that you're interested in, and then I will find someone that I'm interested in, and then we'll just have, whether it's group interactions or if it's separate interactions. I reached out to my sister. I was reaching out to see if she was awake, if she had her morning coffee yet, to see what her plans were for the day. And I don't know if she asked me or if I asked her about eating, because the next thing that I remember is we went to eat some breakfast.
You remember that?
I have like a couple flashes of like getting in her car, somebody's car, Ariel's car, I don't know whose car. I remember getting in their car. I remember like being at the restaurant. I don't really remember specifics.
Do you remember telling her anything about where Emily was?
Yes, okay, yeah, I do remember she asked, is Emily joining us? And I lied and told her that Emily was still sleeping.
Why did you lie?
We talked about how their trip was for their vacation, and that she didn't want us to bring our drama to their vacation. So I didn't want to dump that on her.
So your testimony is that you didn't tell her that you shot Emily because you were honoring her request not to bring drama?
Yes.
You actually put a bag over her head.
I put a bag under her head.
Mr. Ferlazzo, you put a bag over her head.
I put a bag under her head.
You tied a bag around her neck.
When at some point there was the next day I had to move her body from the bed to the floor of the shower, and I wrapped the bag around her head and tied a bag around her neck.
You remember doing that?
To move her body.
You remember doing that?
I remember you saying it.
You remember doing that?
I remember putting a bag under her head.
And during the drive What kind of mood were you in?
Great mood. Yeah, we spent, well, I guess close to 11 months, like working on Rosie, and this was our first like road trip as a family. So it's very exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Emily too, she was in a good mood?
Yeah, she was super excited to take Rosie out, and she was stoked to meet Nikki and Ariel.
Okay. Why did you consider divorce?
Well, I wanted her to be more responsible with her financial obligations. I wanted her to pay for her own vehicle, her own insurance, her own cell phone plan, her own credit cards. I said I was fine paying for the food, but she had to step up and pay her bills that she came into the relationship with.
So you didn't mention that her hitting you was a reason why you might want to get a divorce, did you?
No, she never hurt me.
Well, you told us that she hurt you.
Well, she never caused severe physical injury that I wasn't going to recover from.
And while you're involved in dismembering her, you decide that you're going to stab her through the heart.
Did it say that on the video?
Are you disputing that Emily was stabbed through the heart?
That's what the autopsy expert said.
And you stabbed her 8 times in the abdomen?
I have no memory of it.
And you stabbed her 9 times in the back?
Still, no memory.
And as you were using the carpenter saw in the van to dismember Emily, at no time did you have a thought of, I should call the police?
No, I did not call the police.
As you're cutting her arm off and you're getting sick, you don't think, this has gone far enough, I have to call the police?
I don't have a recollection of a lot of the event.
You do have a recollection of getting sick when you did that.
I do have a recollection of, there was one recollection that it's like a flash of a recall of like taking a knife across her leg.
Well, you used a saw to cut her body up.
That's what the evidence shows.
Yes, and that's what you told police in the video.
I have no memory except for there was a memory about the like cutting into her leg with a knife and being sick over it.
Mr. Ferlazzo, you didn't cut into her leg with a knife. You cut into her leg with a saw.
I have a memory of cutting into her leg with a knife.
You told police that you cut her with a saw.
On the video,
Yes,
that's what was said on the video.
that's what you said on the video.
Yes.
And you did this multiple times.
What did I do multiple times?
Cut her with the saw.
I don't have any memory except for, like I said, I have a memory of cutting into her leg and
You're not disputing that her arms were cut off?
the evidence shows that her arms were cut off.
And you're not disputing that her legs were cut off?
That's what it shows.
And you're not disputing that her feet were cut off?
No.
And you're not disputing that her head was cut off?
No.
You also took her wedding ring off and put it in the cup holder.
Okay.